Bola Ahmed Tinubu is defying the odds and moving ahead with his reforms with their eyes on the trophy of the economic property for Nigeria. President Tinubu assures citizens and investors that there is an ongoing plan to boost the country's foreign exchange liquidity. Speaking at the 29th Nigeria Economic Summit in Abuja, President assured business owners of additional foreign exchange liquidity to restore market confidence. The Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, corroborated this by stating that the country is expecting about $10 billion inflows in weeks, which will help to clear foreign exchange backlog and stabilize the Naira. Meanwhile, the Nigerian Association of Liquefied Petroleum Gas Marketers has accused terminal operators of incessant hike in the price of gas and limiting its availability to Nigerians. At a meeting with the Senate President, President of the association, Oladapo Latubosun, said the Nigerian natural liquefied gas has been consistent with its supply, but the cabals have disrupted the availability of gas to Nigerians. But first, let's share the story of the Economic Summit with you.
The 29th Nigerian Economic Summit, the President is a special guest of honor here. He highlights ongoing economic reform efforts, adding that challenges occasioned by removal of fuel subsidy and exchange rate unification are only temporary, as efforts are continuous in ensuring they are eased. The President also adds that his government is committed to giving Nigerians improved livelihoods and a level playing field for all. He adds that he is confident that by working closely with the private sector, financing the country's infrastructure stock can be achieved in the shortest possible time. He also assures of government's commitment to meeting its foreign exchange obligations.
Championing a credit culture to create an inclusive economy for all of us to discourage corruption, in addition to strengthening the effectiveness and efficiency of our anti-corruption agencies. Our government is committed to delivering improved livelihood and positive economic outcomes which Nigeria can tangibly feel and experience.
The President also made known that the implementation of the student loan program, which was signed into law earlier this year, will begin in January next year. He sought the private sector's support in driving economic growth, while also asking that deliberations at the summit bring about recommendations that will help actualize the nation's economic development objectives.
By January 2024, the new student loan program must commence.
Talks at the summit are centered around fostering a culture of innovation and creativity, fiscal and monetary policies, as well as strategies for inclusive development, amongst others.
Today, Mr. President is holistic in its conception and reflect both the renewed hope agenda and the eight-point agenda.
Our nation stands at a critical precipice, and our challenges demand immediate, concerted efforts. We need to act now.
The theme for the 29th Nigerian Economic Summit is Pathways to Sustainable Economic Transformation and Inclusion. Lara Folayo, TVC News, Abuja.
Today, everything must be done to rescue the Naira now.
Yes, we need very urgent and innovative solution to the liquidity crisis that we are facing in the foreign exchange market. The truth is, there were times in the past when we had enough buffers to defend the Naira. Right now, we do not have enough forex in store to defend the Naira. If you look back, there was a time when in a month, CBN had capacity to defend the Naira to the tune of $1.5 billion. Yeah. Today, they are struggling to defend it within the same period with $200 million. So I read what the minister said, that the supply to the market is just not there. So it's a problem that we must admit we have. And on top of this, there is a desire to clear the backlog. People that were already contracted to pay them certain amount of dollars and all that.
Yes,
if you do not pay those people, I've said it before, all of these trips that the president made with the intention of bringing in investors, you will not engender the kind of confidence that will make both foreign portfolio and direct investment to come into the country. So you must clear backlog. And as you are trying to clear the backlog, the supply to the domestic forex market will be hampered.
Even airlines.
Yeah, it's part of the, we are owing them.
We're owing.
We are owing them.
Come back to the country.
Why do you think some people have chosen to make Ghana an aviation hub in West Africa? Because they just don't trust us. If you want to travel now through Ghana, you want to get a BA ticket, even for Delta, you are going to have it cheaper, way cheaper in Ghana than in Nigeria. That's a reason. Because even the volatility of your foreign exchange market, I don't know anywhere else where you experience this kind of volatility, that today, this morning, it is also, then in the evening, it has changed. At least I've been to some of the African countries, they don't have that illiquidity. It is stable. That is what we want to experience. For me, the president, they are thinking of the 10 billion coming into the system. That $10 billion, if it comes in, it will help us to a large extent, because it will boost liquidity. And people need forex desperately to pay children's school fees, to import raw materials and all that. They will be able to access it. That will give us some level of breather. But the way it is now, the market is just not, people can't find enough. Yet, there are many Nigerians who have dollars under their beds. Some stash dollars in wardrobes. Politicians, so many dollars outside of the banking system. In fact, one person was saying, we are deceiving ourselves, we say we don't have dollars. It is in people's hands, stashed away. They are not ready to bring them into the official
the
banking system. And people are now suggesting that, okay, here's the restrictions on domiciliary account, for example. Maybe that will encourage more people to come in, because government is taking steps, but the steps are not yielding dividend. You said, okay, bring back all the 43 items that you banned, because you felt that by doing that, because those items, some people are still looking for money to bring them in, despite the fact that you are not selling to them through official channels. They now felt, okay, if we tell them that they are free to bring it, maybe they will come to the official channel. And maybe diaspora remittances will also come direct into official channels, instead of going to BDCs, going to the black market operators. But some of those measures will take time. I will be happy, for example, for diaspora remittances to be coming in through the official channel. But because of speculation, because of the gap between the official and non-official market, the gap stands at more than 18%. Whereas the global benchmark is 5%. So if we allow the gap to continue to widen, we will not solve the problem, because those people will send their dollars to the black market so that they can make more money.
Moji, that's that today we are doing over 1,000 naira.
It's about 1,180, 1,200 now.
So how can we get it back to 750 or 720?
We're in a cul-de-sac. I'm optimistic that will happen, but there are we can't continue to do things the same way and expect different results. First, a lot of things that have been happening in the past, we need to correct them. It is only in Nigeria that you go to a Sabo or Alade markets or Okeanin, and you see people selling Naira and dollar.
Go to Baga, you are going far.
it is only in
Around your
Nigeria
house, they sell it.
that you will
are going all
see
the way to Okari.
that you will see people doing like this, dollar pound, dollar pound. It is only in Nigeria that you see that. And it is only in Nigeria that people now warehouse, people now warehouse dollars, creating artificial scarcity so that some people can continue to frustrate the efforts of the official market. We are being driven now by the parallel or black market. That's what is determined. I mean, a country where somebody wants to change Naira, you first go and check Aboki FOREX before telling you the rates. And they are manipulating. You see, we are our own enemies. And also, people should ask the NNPC, the 450,000 barrels that they have been earmarking for local production over these years. At a point, they said they are swapping it for refined products. At the same time, we are paying for subsidy before the subsidy was cut off. I think we should revisit all those things. We should revisit them. The 450,000 barrels daily. You see, because at a time, we were relying on inflows from our crude sales to stabilize our dollar-naira exchange market. But even now, it will surprise you to know that the NNPC and the Nigerian upstream market, NNPCL, they don't even have crude oil to sell to Dangote refinery. Dangote had to make its initial first purchases of crude oil from neighboring countries.
I heard that too.
Yes, because, I mean, it's a futures market. They have sold into the futures market because it's not as if it's
Outstanding.
Yeah, outstanding. They have outstanding commitments to meet. So we need a proper auditing, a forensic auditing of the NNPC. Until then, we can't get to the root of the kind of auditing that they did at the CBN. The CBN was not audited for almost 12 years.
Yes.
And we have the governor who sat there for 9 years. There was no auditing.
No auditing.
And a lot of revelations that will shake this country to its marrows will come out.
With an APC government in power,
I hope
we will have been seeing a lot of startling revelations.
I know that the president,
the way the economy was managed.
Yes,
that's why we are in this mess.
I hope the president will have the courage to deal decisively with the result of the forensic audit of the CBN.
Even this P&ID, there are Nigerians who colluded to defraud their own country.
To defraud their own country.
We must unmask them. We must put them on trial, ensure that they go to jail. That is how you instill sanity. Not by treating them, oh, these are our people, these are my people, let me try to cover them. No, they deserve to rot in jail. You don't go and connive with foreign entities against your country. I mean, it's shameful. People are saying, yes, we have won. But what will happen to those people who connive against their own country? And we are here. We
saw a former Attorney General, the immediate past Attorney General of the Federation, who was in a hurry to pay $419 million to some characters who claimed that they were able to, the judgment debt. In fact, now he was even begging some people to come and be collecting judgment debt. Now people
are asking, we don't have dollars.
We don't have the dollars.
We were told that we had 33 billion in our foreign reserve.
Whereas we are
only for these foreign agencies. JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs.
See,
say, you people don't know what you are talking about. You don't have more than 3.3.
Out of the 33 billion, there was a lien of this 11 billion on the account. Probably now it will be freed. So if we don't have that 11 billion, so it's part of, because as the case was going on, there was a lien of 11 billion in our foreign that you cannot do anything with it. So that came down to about 20, and so many others like that, hanging here and there.
And you collateralize loans with foreign reserve.
So
hard
we need to really do a lot. I mean, I don't envy Cardoso, Wale Edun, and Bagudu, the budget and planning minister. Those three guys, headed by Wale Edun, who is the coordinating minister, they have, because by January, Nigerians who want to listen to excuses. You must just
They must find a way.
We must find a way and fix it, because we can't allow, we should.
All of us are suffering now.
Yes, we can't allow the Naira to continue to drift.
The more
if we make a mess of whatever plans we have.
We are an import-dependent nation.
A nation.
Somebody was even suggesting that instead of spending so much money to defend the Naira, why don't we support industries that we know are strategic and will earn us foreign exchange in the long run? You see what other countries are doing. We just have to copy them. A country like Ethiopia, they are exporting a lot of flowers. Flowers, roses and the rest of them, fresh.
Kenya,
they have agropolis where they transport them.
The aviation sector.
Yes, they have very strong aviation sector. Agropolis, like setting up airports in rural areas. As they harvest those things fresh,
they are flying
them to Europe and America.
Moji Jami, thank you for your contribution. Vajidele Kolade, thank you for your contribution today.